The growth of Ottawa soccer cannot be better embodied by Ottawa Fury defender Eddie Edward. Eddie, thanks so much for joining us.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on the show.
So you came over here in June from FC Edmonton. You've had a couple months here now with the Fury. How has it been returning home?
It's been amazing. I've enjoyed each and every day. Unfortunately, we haven't done as well as we would have liked in the standings, but just to experience the hometown crowd supporting me, supporting the team, is something I have always dreamed of, and I'm enjoying every minute of it.
You played over 70 games with FC Edmonton. Of course, you came so close with the city and the coaching staff players as well. Was it a bit of a bittersweet ending leaving them and coming here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when you spend that much time with one club, uh, you develop a bond with the club, with the fans, with the players in the locker room. So it was definitely tough to go, but I understood, and the club understood that it was time for me to move on and come home.
And of course, you did come home. Your family is all here still in Ottawa. How important is family to you, even outside of football?
It's number one on the list, and that's one thing that I love so much. You know, after I'm done with practice, I have the privilege and the opportunity to go home and spend time with my family and my fiance. You know, and these are things that I haven't been able to do for a really long time, seeing as the last time I lived and back in Ottawa is when I was 16. So now that I get to do that, I'm definitely taking advantage of it.
And kind of taking a trip down memory lane to your early years here in Ottawa. You went to high school out in Farhaven and Mother Teresa and St. Joe's as well. Talk to me a little bit about growing up here in Ottawa.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you look around, the city is just beautiful, you know. And I take great pride in being from Ottawa, and I feel very fortunate to be able to call this my hometown city. And growing up in Barhaven, a lot of people may say, you know, it's really far and there's not much going on out there, but it's a beautiful location. It's very safe, and I loved each and every moment as my childhood.
And you played your youth soccer here at the Ottawa South United as well. Talk to me a little bit back in those days. It was about 10, 15 years ago. How was soccer here in Ottawa kind of developing with Ottawa South United and then also with the Fury and the PDL days?
Yeah, I mean, I think at that point, Ottawa was kind of trying to get on the map, you know, in terms of soccer, and we had so many talented players, you know, and I think that's why you saw things like the EODSA program develop, and then from there the Fury, where players played in the Super Y League. And it was great to see not just myself, but other players move on and get scholarships to the U.S. and go over to Europe, you know, and really represent the city well.
And talk to me a little bit about the Fury during the PDL days. What was your experience like playing for the Fury back then?
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get to play as much time with them as I would have liked, just because I was gone for school. But I came back one year and had a game actually in the playoffs with them. We lost, but it was an amazing experience, you know, because at that point I never really knew that I was going to play professionally, and I thought that might be the highest level that I would have played in the city. So to be able to represent the city, it was awesome.
And from there on, you went to Graceland University, won the national title there as well. Did your experience here playing soccer in Ottawa kind of help you get to that next level in your football career?
Yeah, definitely. I think my coaches when I was younger, Martin and Ben McCoy, Steve O'Kane, Jay Whiting, those guys just really gave me the foundation that I needed to go on and be able to conduct myself in a certain way to become a good pro.
And then from then on, you played a little bit for FC Dallas as well. That had kind of had to be the height of your career, making your first professional MLS club. What was that experience like?
Honestly, one of the best experiences of my life. In the ideal world, I would have liked to, you know, play more. But the amount that I learned there was unbelievable. You know, my roommate Ugu Hamalu, he kind of took me under his wing and showed me the ropes and just showed me what I need to know and how to conduct myself as a true pro on and off the field. And I think if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be, you know, in the position that I am in today.
And who would have thought that we'd be talking here? You, a member of the Ottawa Fury FC. We have beautiful TD Place in the background here. Talk to me when you kind of were living here and you saw TD Place, maybe not the way it was now. Did you ever think that this would be possible?
Honestly, I have to, like, no. I this is amazing. Looking around, it's something really special. And if you look at other teams in the league, you know, even other teams in MLS, you can't get this kind of view, you know. And so, I mean, all hats off to John Pugh, who had this vision and who did everything in his power to make it happen.
And you and I both played here at Lansdowne when there was just a bubble here, and there's a lot of just kind of dirt lying around. When you were playing, your youth soccer here at Lansdowne, did you ever think you'd be a member of the first professional soccer team here in the city?
No, I mean back then I was just kind of doing it for fun, kicking the ball around with no real end goal in mind. I mean, as a kid, you always say that like it'd be nice to be a professional soccer player, but not everyone is fortunate enough to get to that position. So now that it has actually happened, I feel extremely fortunate.
And just talk a little bit about your relationship with Jamar Dixon. Of course, we saw the photo you guys posted on Instagram shortly after he joined the team. How special was it to reunite with him here in Ottawa, of all places?
Amazing, amazing. I mean, that's my guy. That's my homie. And it's nice to see us back together. Contributing to developing soccer further in the city. Because when we were younger, we were competitors. We'd always go at it, and it was always an interesting match. And it's funny because our dads even remember those days. And they laugh now seeing us on the field together, kind of playing beside each other. So no, it's amazing having him home and seeing what he's doing for club and country. He's been playing with the national team, and it's great for the city. It's guys like him that will give kids hope moving forward.
And ever since you and Jamar joined the team, it's almost been a sellout with the amount of family and friends that you guys have been bringing. How nice is it, even after a tough game, just to kind of see your family and friends wearing the jerseys and around the pitch?
It means everything to me. Like that's one thing that I make sure that I do after every game. My family always comes down, and I go to them first. I thank them for coming out. Fans always say how like I was sitting by your family, and they're so fun and they're so energetic, and we love the energy that they bring to the games, and those are the things that makes me smile. If we can give back in any way possible, then I'm happy.
And where do you think soccer here in Ottawa, not just on the professional level, but in the amateur level as well, where do you think that it can go here in the future?
Sky's the limit. Like I said, if you look around and you see how beautiful this place is and the potential that it has, as long as the right people get behind it and the fans continue to support the team, yeah, anything can happen here.
And just a final question, you've been in the soccer development program here in Ottawa. You've seen it kind of rise up to where it is now. What's one thing you'd like to see maybe get improved for the future, just to help the kids around here in the city?
Um, I'm not sure, to be honest, because kids nowadays in the city, they're very, very talented. And it's nice because it's no longer just staying in North America. Now you hear of kids going over for trials and signing over in Europe. And it's amazing, That's what we want, because when we can get kids to go over to Europe, that's going to strengthen our national program. And I think if we could continue to do that and develop local talent to kind of continue to put Ottawa on the map, then that's exactly what we want.
Eddie, it's been a pleasure seeing you represent Ottawa so positively. Thank you so much for the time.